Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you being with us today. Hope you'll come back. I believe that the voices of the constituents are the only way that you can get a bead on what's actually happening outside of the circle. So thank you for being with us. I'm going to switch gears again to Senate Bill 604. It's the Federal Reserve Sunshine Act, sponsored by Bernie Sanders. There are 20 co-sponsors on the bill now, bipartisan. The companion bill in the House has a near supermajority at 281 co-sponsors, over 100 of which are Democrats. Of all the issues that we're talking about today, when Congress talks, it's usually in billions of dollars. When we talk about the Federal Reserve, we're talking trillions of dollars. And I think the impact there is greater than, well, actually I would say historically, it's greater than any of us realize, but a Rasmussen poll came out last week saying that 75% of Americans favor an audit of the Fed, while only 9% oppose it. It was AP released a poll last week that the Fed is, of 9 agencies polled, ranks the worst of any of those 9 agencies, even below the IRS. So I think the public opinion is there. I think the support's there in both houses. As a member of the Senate Banking Committee, do you support the bill? Will you co-sponsor the bill? And what can we do to ensure passage in both houses?
You know, I do support the principle. I'm not familiar with the details of the bill, so I'll have to look at it. But the principle of the Fed being accountable is huge. In fact, we asked for Nancy, the chairman of the Fed, in committee the other day, would he be receptive to an audit of the Federal Reserve? And he said that he would. And so I think, regardless of whether it is or not, I think we should do it. We need to understand what's going on. One of the, right now the Federal Reserve is lobbying to take on every major mission. They want to be the prudential regulator, that safety establish the banking system. They want to be the systemic risk regulator. They want to be the exclusive regulator for organizations that are deemed too big to fail, and work out how they will be no longer too big to fail. I asked the question, do you envision down the road a point where you can stand up and give a speech and say, because of the reforms we have adopted, there is no business too big to fail, and if bad management drives a company over the edge, then they're going to stay over the edge. And get rid of this moral hazard we have right now, where big financial institutions say, we can take any risk we want because we're going to get bailed out if we mess up. And so these are key pieces. I want to make sure my team notes down the bill. And if you talk to members, get your name, we'll get back to you on the details. But I support the principle of holding the Fed accountable.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you.